Yeah, so last time we really looked at the point that when you respond to conflict, it's often out of a natural response, a habitual pattern. You don't really think about it, it just happens. And so if you could interrupt that knee-jerk response, what might you do differently? And the starting point for that is to consider that when you consider your options, it's good to know what those options might be. So in that moment when you realize, oh my gosh, I'm in a conflict, rather than just going down the road that you always go down, imagine if you could consider various approaches. Let's look at 5, okay? The first one could be to avoid. You just simply walk away from the encounter. Now, the good thing about avoidance is you spare yourself from the effort and possible frustration of engagement. The downside, well, your needs are still left unmet, so you haven't really gotten anywhere. Another approach is to simply accommodate. Just give in to what they want. Let the other person have their way. And by doing that, you might preserve the relationship, but still, your needs are left unmet, so you haven't really gotten anywhere. A third approach could be to compete. And we all know this one pretty well, whether you do it consciously or not, but if you choose to compete, it's really a battle. It's really going to result in a winner and a loser. Now, the upside to that is if you win, all your needs are satisfied. Great. The downside, you might not win. And by losing, not only do you not get your needs met, but the relationship is also worse off, probably. What else could you do? You could compromise. We all know that, but what does it really mean? We often think of compromise as this gold standard. Well, it's one option. And what it means is to give in some in order to get some. And by doing that, it's good that we have a fair, cooperative approach with the other. But the real downside is the needs aren't really fully met. So only partially satisfying our needs is a recipe for conflict to continue festering. Finally, there's collaborate. This is often a very utopian, idealistic thought, and we can spend more time on it later. But the notion of collaborating is really to work together with your adversary to find a mutually satisfying outcome, a win-win. And by uncovering this solution that satisfies both of you, not only is your relationship improved, hopefully, but your needs are also met. The downside is really a lot of time and effort, and so that's a steep cost at times. So those are a few different approaches you could take. No one is perfect or always the right one or the wrong one in all cases, but rather the point here is to be intentional, to stop that knee-jerk reaction and just at least consider, I have multiple choices here. By doing that, you might find that you have a little bit better success. I hope you do.